real mystery of Don't Worry Darling isn't its plot, but how everyone sees a different film. Today we're exploring how this mirror maze of a movie reflects whatever you bring to it. Don't Worry Darling follows Alice Chambers, a 1950s housewife living in Victory, a desert utopia where men work on mysterious projects while women maintain picture-perfect homes. As Alice begins noticing cracks in her idyllic reality, empty eggs, strange visions, a neighbor's disturbing breakdown, she uncovers the truth. Victory is a simulation created by Frank where men trap women in submissive roles. Alice's real identity is a surgeon whose boyfriend Jack's strapping her into a coma while he lives out a fantasy where she's his devoted wife. The film operates as a feminist allegory about the cost of maintaining illusions of happiness in systems built on inequality, drawing comparisons to The Truman Show and The Stepford Wives, while reimagining them through a distinctly female perspective. But here's what makes Don't Worry Darling fascinating. It doesn't just critique 50s gender roles, it critiques their nostalgic revival. Director Olivia Wilde stated they were interested in the problematic nature of nostalgia itself and questioned what Make America Great Again really meant, with everything in Victory being both beautiful and sinister by design. The film's saturated pastels and synchronized routines aren't just aesthetic choices, they're warnings. Victory presents a post-war utopia so unblemished and idealized that the mere portrayal creates an unsettling feeling, a subtle sense that Wilde is attempting to deceive you, because she is. The genius lies in how the film uses domestic labor as psychological warfare. Every ballet class, every dinner party, every martini becomes part of an elaborate gaslighting operation. The Victory Project claims to be changing the world, but really just wants to control women, with men as breadwinners in the know, while women should just shut up, cook, clean, and please their husbands. Here's where things get complicated. Wilde made headlines discussing the film's focus on female pleasure and sexuality, but this creates an uncomfortable tension when every intimate scene depicts non-consensual encounters within a simulation. All the sex in this movie is non-consensual. Here, a woman is forcefully put into a simulation with all agency taken away and her brain programmed to be a happy housewife. The entitled nature of these men should have come full force in intimate moments, playing into stereotypes rather than exploring the power of female sexuality in a film where women are literally strapped into beds and forced to live fake lives. The contradiction reveals something deeper. Don't Worry Darling wants to celebrate female desire while simultaneously showing how patriarchal systems weaponize that desire for control. The film borrows from several philosophical ideas that sharpen its feminist message. Like in Plato's Cave, the residents of Victory mistake illusions for reality. But here, some women, like Bunny, choose the comfort of the cave over the pain of truth. French philosopher Simone de Beauvoir wrote that man defines woman only in relation to himself as the other. Jack embodies this perfectly. He cannot accept Alice as an autonomous person, so he turns her into an object, unconscious, controlled, and existing only for him. De Beauvoir also said that one becomes a woman through society's gaze, forced to see herself as men do. In Victory, that idea becomes literal. Alice is programmed into the perfect housewife, her real self erased. Jack doesn't want Alice, the surgeon, the ambitious woman with agency. He wants a fantasy of a nurturing, undemanding version of her that feeds his ego without challenging him to grow. The symbols in Don't Worry Darling do a lot of heavy lifting to show us something's off in Victory. Those empty eggshells Alice cracks are basically the whole movie in one image. Pretty on the outside, hollow on the inside, just like Frank's fake paradise. The circular imagery is everywhere too, from the town's layout to those dance classes, driving home how these women are stuck in the same exhausting loop every single day. Yellow pops up throughout the film as a nod to the yellow wallpaper, a story of a woman forcibly put on bed rest, and Margaret wears it when she first fights back. Alice's suffocation hallucinations, especially that plastic wrap scene, show she's literally trapped while also representing how women's voices get silenced. Even the copy of the bell jar on her nightstand reinforces the feminist angle. These clues aren't exactly subtle, but they work. They're the trail leading Alice and us to realize this perfect life is actually a nightmare built by men who couldn't deal with the real world. Here's what makes Don't Worry Darling fascinating fascinating despite its flaws. It genuinely functions differently depending on who's watching. Wilde said the paradox of victory is that everything beautiful is also sinister by design, but that applies to the film itself. Is it a brilliant dissection of patriarchal nostalgia or an undercooked mess? A Florence Pugh showcase or a waste of her talent? A worthy Stepford Wives successor or a superficial copy? The answer is yes. Don't Worry, Darling works as a mirror maze. Frustrating, beautiful, disorienting, and ultimately revealing more about what you brought with you than what it actually contains. It's a film that asks all the right questions and gives almost none of the right answers, that builds a gorgeous prison and then forgets to fully explore what freedom might look like outside it. 20 years from now, we'll probably still be arguing about what it all meant. And maybe, just maybe, that's the point. This is Ladies First, watching women in movies. Here we empower women by reviewing and discussing films that highlight their stories, struggles, and achievements. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments.